I was excited to attend the inspection because I was going to follow the inspector around and learn. He got into the crawl space and I got in with him.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. And I crawled around that crawl space. So that was weird.
Was that the last crawl space you've been in?
It was the first and last crawl space I'd ever been in.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome back, Jenny. Yeah, and some exciting news. We actually have a podcast name.
We do. We have a name for the seventh baby.
All right. And what is the name?
The Hamiltons Unlocked. Were you trying to take that from me? Unlocked.
No, I was going to let you do it.
You interrupted me for a second time. The Hamiltons Unlocked. So what does that mean for you?
Yeah. So I think it was, the brainstorming between us and our co-creator of the show.
Right.
To really kind of give an unlocked play on real estate, unlocking a door, unlocking the lockbox.
Yeah. But ching.
Yep. But also a peek behind the curtain into our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlocked. Well, congrats on the name. I like it, and we hope our audience likes it too. So what's the topic for today of the Hamiltons Unlocked?
Yes. So today, I'd love to talk about your first deal you ever did in real estate. Do you remember it?
Oh, God, yes, very much so. I remember my first transaction. Do you remember your first transaction?
I am embarrassed to say I do.
Okay.
But it makes me, secondhand embarrassment sometimes. It gives me secondhand embarrassment thinking how bad I did.
Really?
On my
You
first
think it
deal.
was that bad?
I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay. Did your clients have any idea that it was your first transaction?
They had no clue. So,
well, that makes it
I don't even
better.
want to say, I can't say their names.
No,
they're
I'm
still
not
out
saying
there.
my clients'
They
name
still live
either.
in the same house.
Okay.
So,
well, they liked it.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. So where did this deal come from? Like, spill the tea.
Yeah. So, gosh, I want to say their names, but I can't.
Yeah.
They were a referral to me from another family that knew us.
Okay. So referral.
Yep.
Okay. So they didn't know you at all.
They did not know me at all.
Okay. So they assumed maybe you were like a seasoned agent.
They thought I had been doing this for years, and I never told them differently.
Uh-huh. That's
But
probably the best for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were looking for a specific house. They had a specific need for a child.
Okay.
They needed a ranch home.
Okay.
Everything to be on one level. So it made it a little easier searching for a home.
Mm-hmm.
But then once
and this was in 2007.
This was 2007. Yeah.
Okay.
And the problem was once we found the home and they were like, this is it. I had no idea what to do. I was like, this is great. What do we do now? And my broker at the time, Melba Franklin, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Melba. I remember going to her and being like, okay, my clients have found a house. What do I do now?
Uh-huh.
And so she helped walk me through the steps of how to make the offer.
How to actually write an offer.
Well, how to write the offer, but then how to present the offer. And then what do I do? And so I remember getting the offer together. I put it all together. We were coming in well below the list price of the house. I sent the offer to the agent. And within about 30 minutes, I got a phone call from that agent.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying.
Oh, so they didn't accept it.
And not only did they not accept it, but he basically cussed me out and told me, what the heck was this? Bring him a better offer. If we don't come up, they're never going to get the deal. And I remember hanging up the phone thinking, okay, I guess I have to bring a different offer.
Okay,
and I went
you're going
to
to
Melba.
counter yourself.
Yeah, I was going to counter myself. And I went to Melba and I said, this is what happened. And she said, absolutely not. You do not counter your counter. You're going to call him back right now and you're going to tell him exactly this. And then you're going to hang up the phone.
Oh.
And I was terrified.
Yeah, I would have
So she said, you're going to do it right now in my office.
Oh.
And so I called him up.
This is why Melba's the best, by the way.
She's the best. And I called him up and I said, Rob was his name. I won't say his last name. I said, hey, Rob. I said, listen, that's our offer. That's my client's offer. And that's the offer you have. You need to present it to your clients. And then you need to get back with us. If you guys aren't happy with it, then you need to get back to us with a counter.
Very firm.
Yep. And then I hung up the phone.
And then you vomited?
And I almost passed out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So they ended up getting the house.
Did he counter you?
He did. They countered.
There you go.
Then we came to an agreement.
Okay.
And then it was time to have the house inspected. And I had no idea what that was.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember showing up to my first inspection and the inspector had to get in a crawl space. Didn't know what a crawl space was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like if you know anything about a crawl space, normally you can actually walk into them.
Mm-hmm.
He had to lay on his back and like shimmy through the whole crawl space just to see all the things underneath
Oh,
house.
that's disgusting
So it was pretty awful.
and terrifying.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then we had to negotiate those repairs.
Sure.
And I have no idea how it got to closing, but it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
And you closed it.
And we closed
Did
it.
you like celebrate or anything for your first closing? Was it exciting?
You know, I like to celebrate my closings with eating Chinese food.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think I went and bought myself some Panda Express or something.
Oh yeah. That's great. Your first check.
Yep. My first check.
That's a fun thing too.
Yep.
And then you realize how much of your check you don't receive.
Yeah. And then I was
it's
like,
sort of a
what?
surprise.
It is.
Yeah, that's a trick that, gets played on real estate agents. You think your check's going to be a certain amount and then it's way less and then you pay taxes and you can afford Panda Express.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So that was my first deal. Jenny, what about you? What was your first deal?
Oh yeah, mine was a referral too. So it was a referral from a friend, and she was a single lady living in Atlanta looking for her first place. And I was also terrified. In fact, my broker told me, "You're not scared." Because
How old were you at the time?
I just turned 25.
Okay. Yeah. I was 28.
Okay.
So.
And this was 2011.
Okay.
And, he told me, you're actually scared to get a client, not to not get a client because you're worried you're not going to know what to do. So I had been practicing writing offers for a very long time, like 6 months. It took me 6 months to get my first transaction, by the way.
You sat at a desk and practiced writing
I would write
offer?
pretend offers and take them to my broker and have him check them. I'm a very good student. You know
of course
that about me. So I met with her and we found a house and we put it under contract. And then 3 days later, she called me.
So they accepted the offer you presented?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
This one, they accepted immediately, which should have been probably our first clue, because she called me and said, "Hey, Jenny, I just talked to my friend who works in the police force, and that house was like in the most dangerous part of Atlanta."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so she terminated the deal. So that was really sad that my very first deal terminated. So then
were you in like Techwood Park?
It was bad. I set off alarms during showings. It was a whole thing. So we changed where she was looking and we started looking at a better place in town. And we actually found a house that was fantastic. And I made an offer for her. And I remember going down and meeting her at a bar in East Atlanta. I don't know. I have no idea why we were there because I felt like I needed to talk to her in person and just bore the death out of her by going through each line of the contract and talking about it. Because I had spent a lot of time working on how to write these offers. And I was nervous. She was nervous because she was making her for like this offer on a home. And I remember at this bar and I'm like, I don't even smoke and I need a cigarette because I was so freaked out by the fact that like she really wanted this house. Like that first house, like for good reason, probably didn't work out. But this house she really loved and really wanted it. And we also put together an offer that the agent called me back. And I remember he said, "What kind of agent are you? Are you an agent who you just want to go back and forth? Or will you just give me her bottom line number right now? We can just, cut the crap."
Did that terrify you?
I'm like, well, what kind of agent am I? I don't know. I've never actually done this before. So I went to my broker and he said kind of the same thing. Tell him to counter you. So we worked it out. And the really funny part, again, I'm very much a student of anything I do. And so I was excited to attend the inspection because I was going to follow the inspector around and learn about houses. And
were you wearing an inspection outfit?
I was wearing, no, I came in like scrappy clothes. Is that like scrappy clothes?
Scrappy clothes.
He said,
I'm poking fun at you because every outfit you wear, you say, I could wear this to an inspection.
I do. Well, every outfit's an inspection outfit in my world. But I went to this inspection and he got into the crawl space. It was a crawl space, older house. This house was built in probably
hate crawl spaces.
40s or 50s. And I got in with him.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. And I crawled around that crawl space. He's probably like, why is this agent in this crawl space with me? Like, what was I doing? What was I doing in a crawl space? So that was weird.
Was that the last crawl space you've been in?
It was the first and last crawl space I'd ever been in. Yeah. Actually, when I came back and I told my mentor at the time, like, you'll be so proud of me. I got in the crawl space. And he's like, you did what? You got in the crawl space? I'm like, thought I was supposed to learn about houses. He's like, you never need to go in a crawl space or an attic. So please stay out of those spaces. So I did. From then on, I won't go into a crawl space at all now. That's disgusting. I'm terrified of snakes. So that was weird. But then The only other thing I remember, well, there's two things I remember from that transaction. The second is when the lender called me and said the house appraised. Congrats, the house appraised. There were a lot of appraisal issues in 2011.
You're probably like, what is that?
Well, I did. I was like, great. What's an appraisal? Which is really bad.
Did you tell your client that?
No, I was just glad it worked out.
Yeah.
And then the final thing that I did for that transaction is because I'd never closed before. I think she now knows that she was like my first deal. But at the time, I am not sure if she did or didn't. And I wanted to make it look like I was very familiar with the closing attorney's office. Like I go to closings all the time. So I actually went to the closing attorney's office the day before. And I wanted to know where to park and how to get up there. And I asked like the receptionist and the attorney and everyone, I'm like, can you guys pretend like you know me really well and you see me all the time?
Yes.
And they agreed. I was like, it's my first closing. I'm so nervous. So the next day I walk in with her and they're like, hey, Jennie, what's up, girl? Like you're back again. And it was really sweet of them. And so fake it till you make it was my motto for sure. Yeah. But that was my very first transaction.
Listen, everybody has to be somebody's guinea pig, right?
That's right.
And we just don't want them to know they were our guinea pig.
Yeah. And now you can know you're not a guinea pig.
Yeah.
Like now we're like 600 closings in, which means a lot more transactions and a lot more homes that we've put under contract and seen. And it's funny now to think back about those first experiences.
Well, awesome. Well, very good. All right. So what are we going to talk about on our next show?
I think we should talk about the state of the market. What's going on?
Yes, there are a lot of changes and people are asking us all the time what's happening. So stay tuned.